Accountability. That's what many victims of the 2020 dam failures are still looking for, and they believe the state bears some of the responsibility. While a years-long court battle plays out, some of the flood victims are trying a new approach.
Nearly 800 of them signed a letter to Governor Whitmer urging her to instruct the state attorney general to reach a fair settlement for the victims in Gladwin, Midland, and Saginaw counties. TV5's James Belton spoke with one of those flood victims about why they see this as possibly their best course of action. James.
The flood victim I spoke with tells me court cases can take a very long time to play out, and reaching a fair settlement is a much better option.
Unfortunately, the state of Michigan hasn't taken responsibility for what they did. They made decisions that caused these problems.
Sanford resident Carl Hammond tells me the last 5 years since the flood have been the hardest of his life. He says every day is a struggle.
I'm sitting in my home that I rebuilt, that you can see right here. I'm double mortgaged. Most of the businesses in town here that rebuilt, they've got 2 mortgages or more. So nobody's whole. Nobody's back to normal.
Hammond is one of the flood victims suing the state of Michigan, accusing the state of being at fault for the flood that devastated parts of Gladwin, Midland, and Saginaw counties. Michigan denies that claim. Hammond and 776 other flood victims signed a letter to Governor Whitmer asking her to instruct the state attorney general to negotiate in good faith and reach a fair settlement that reflects the devastating and ongoing losses this community has endured.
The better way to go than going through courts and all the court costs and all the time that it takes. And you've seen all these court cases, they take years.
I asked Hammond what it would mean to him if the governor honors that request.
It would be a godsend for me. Like I said, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And, you look at life a lot different when you have more years behind you than you do in front of you. So, and there's a lot of people in this area because a lot of the people up here are retirees. Some of these people just bought the properties just prior to the dam failures. They weren't aware. So there's a lot of people out there, James, that is just like me that are struggling, even though it looks like we're doing okay. Not really. The mental challenges have been the hardest part, and trying to stay positive.
As we reported in May, a judge ruled that the lawsuit against the state of Michigan can go to trial. It's scheduled to begin in January. Back to you.
Thank you, James. We did reach out to the governor's office for comment on the letter. We were referred to the state attorney general's office. We're still waiting for that office to get back to us.